Hi, how's it going? Are you an aspiring teacher who wanted to work in the United States? And this video is for you. Today's content is just a continuation of common interview Q&A to Christian schools. So this is part 2 and I will proceed immediately. So again, I would remind you with a tip: if you will be interviewed in a Christian school, then you answer biblically. All your answer would be driven or would flow directly to biblical concept. And then answer experientially. It's always I did, not I will. Since you are a teacher, then you must have done those basic scenarios in teaching. Alright, so let's start. First is, why choose our school? So that's important. Why are you really choosing a Christian school? Of course, you would answer it for spiritual growth, and this is aligned to my desire. You do not just say for greener pasture. Of course, that's one of our reasons, I think. Okay, but I believe it is also our desire so that we can teach freely and express what we believe and our joy. And like in many public schools, we cannot directly say about religion, say about Christ, but in your school I can freely speak and I can really put everything and say everything I want in relation to my belief. And there's another follow-up question with that: why now? You may answer because USA or US lacks godly applicants. With a rising evil in this world, there are only few who are true to their belief. There are even few Christians who would really stand firm what they believe. Most Christians are nominal in these days, and tell your employer that you are different and that you are dogmatic on what you believe and is willing to share what you believe and willing to help students learn academically and prepare them to serve the King, or learning to serve the King. Next is, how do you see colleagues or your co-workers? You simply answer, they are partners in spiritual and professional growth. Maybe some of us are loner or introvert, but this should not be, as we work as a team in a Christian school. The brethren are there to help us and support us. So make it to the point that you show that you will cooperate with the team and you are willing to learn from the team. Okay? Next, how do you deal with gray areas? In the Bible, there are what we call black areas and gray and white areas. When you say gray areas, black areas, these are sin, like you shall not kill. White areas are what you should do, you should love your neighbor. Gray areas are those things that are not explicitly told as seen in the Bible. For example, there are no Facebook in the Bible. There are no computer addiction, in the Bible, or some other things. Your answer should be, in everything that is not clearly written in the Bible as sin or not, then you ask if it pleases God. For example, if about tattoo, does it please God? Does it advance me as a Christian? Am I a blessing to others? That's how you deal with gray areas. Okay? Next, how do you deal with diverse learners? In my case, I answer differentiated instruction. That means I make it to the point that my activity would target each need. Hence, every day or every learning competency, you must assess the different learning style of your students, learning capabilities of your student, and you differentiate instruction. Like if they're good in singing, then make this group uh, do the activities through singing, but not compromising the learning competency. Next, how do you know if a child learns? That's a clear thing that it must be evident in their core competency. That means our learning competency is seen in the behavior of or in the action of the student. For example, if the competency is he is able to make an essay, then it must be evident in the application. It's not advisable to ask the students, "Did you learn?" Of course, the students will say, "Yes, sir." You must do activities to show their learning or to highlight what they have learned. Okay. Next, how can administrator support you or supports you? Okay, so this is a good question as well, and they asked me this question as well. I simply say through verbal praise, if your encouragement is a big help, and of course free trainings in all the activities in the school. I need to have free training so I could improve in my teaching learning practice. Okay, so yeah. And how do you deal with prevalent sin? Example, homosexuality. I'm sorry, the period. So how do you deal with these things? Okay, so yeah, simply means you are dogmatic about this. If it's sin in the Bible, that's what I've said, black areas, then you say it's a sin. It's not easy, of course, but in a Christian school, you can say that. You can say that directly because that's the mission and vision of the school, and that's stipulated in their student handbook. Of course, they know that as well because it's a Christian school. So you approach it biblically saying, it is a sin, and I will pray for you if there are students, and I will help you. Okay, so I think that's it for now. Thank you so much. You can contact me on my Facebook, William Lusada Aranas Jr. If you have any other questions and suggestion of videos, comment below. Thank you. Have a nice day and God bless.